Welcome to Turning Hard Times into Good Times. I am your host, Jay Taylor, and I'm speaking to you from New York City on this, the 26th day of September 2017. I want to thank each of you for listening to this show, making it one of the more popular shows on the Voice America Business Channel. And I also want to invite you to keep your questions and comments, criticisms, and praises coming along to questionsfortaylor@gmail.com. That's questions, the number 4, Taylor at gmail.com. Also want to thank our sponsors for making this show economically viable. Sponsors for today's show are New Range Gold, Klondike Gold Corp, RN Resources, Novo Resources, Genesis Metals Corp, Osprey Gold Development, and Fireweed Zinc. Before I talk about today's show, let me remind you that I am the author of a newsletter called Jay Taylor's Gold, Energy, and Tech Stocks, and that you can subscribe to that letter by going to miningstocks.com, where you can call our office during normal work hours in New York at 718-457-1426, 718-457-1426. I remind you of the fact that I write this newsletter because it is a most exciting time to be an investor in the junior gold sector, especially if you own a couple of the companies that are sponsors to this show that have done exceptionally well. Companies like RN Resources and Klondike Gold. In fact, I'll be speaking to Ivan Bebek of RN Resources after the first commercial break today. But especially noteworthy is Novo Resources. In U.S. dollar terms, Novo's share price has risen from around 80 cents in U.S. money to over $5 today. So in just a couple of months, it has risen very dramatically. And that is because it is increasingly looking as if a very major gold discovery in Australia is in the making. Dr. Quinton Henning has been on this show not only during periods of time when Novo was a sponsor, but other times as well, because Novo's project has been my personal favorite. I've found it extremely exciting, a story in and of itself that is very fascinating, whether or not you own the stock. From an exploration, geological point of view, an extremely interesting story. Novo, because it is my own personal largest holding, is now represents more than 50% of my retirement portfolio. Because it has been my personal favorite, I have been pounding the table for my subscribers to buy these shares. Talked about them. I counted it up over 57 times that I've written about Novo in 2016 and 2017. So almost every week I'm commenting on Novo Resources, and that was before this recent share price run-up because I've just really believed in the story, and because it's just a fascinating story as well. Naturally, the stock has pulled back a bit today. Yesterday, it went up more than $1 a share in response to the presentation at the Denver Gold Show. Actually, there was a live video of filming that was going on at 2:15 in the morning in Australia. The video revealed some 300 nuggets in the shallow open pit that was discovered in a relatively small open pit, which is just one speck along an 8-kilometer length discovery channel. Basically, these nuggets have been discovered over an 8-kilometer length space with metal detectors. Just an unbelievable story. As my friend John Kaiser has said, this project is so surreal that it's hard to believe. And in fact, most mining professionals have simply viewed it, at least up until now. I think that's starting to change, quite frankly, but they viewed it pretty much as a freak show. But I do not believe that it is a freak show. In fact, given the credibility of Dr. Quinton Henning, whom I have learned to know very well over the past 4 years, I have always taken his views about how the great Witwatersrand deposit was formed to be fascinating and seemingly very realistic. As such, I believe that if he found another Witwatersrand deposit, it would be the most spectacular gold discovery in my lifetime. And so that's why I have emphasized it so much. That's why it has been for some time my largest holding. And it is just a very, very interesting story. So even, in fact, recently after Dr. Whitney, after this major discovery of nuggets, he suggested to me, I said to him, so have you found the Witwatersrand deposit? Do you think in your own mind you finally found it? And he said, no, it's better, it's bigger than the Witwatersrand. Well, I think maybe Dr. Quinton Henning has gotten carried away. Time will tell. But even if exploration results fall short of Dr. Quinton's Dr. Quentin Hennig's enthusiasm at that point in time, I feel safe in calling this a spectacular discovery. Of course, based on what is proven to date with regard to a gold resource, proven economic prospects, etc., the stock is grossly overvalued. There's no doubt about that. It's at $5.32 in U.S. money earlier today, giving it a market cap around $750 million. It's an extremely expensive stock based on what you can bank on at this point in time. And based on that, it certainly is a freak show. I suppose you could still call it that. We should start to see a better sense of what the true potential is for Novo over the next few weeks from the Purdy's Reward project. Diamond drilling will be starting there to test for the structure, and that will be followed up by large diameter drill holes aimed at improving the statistical confidence in an extremely nuggety project and deposit. It's very difficult statistically, of course, with a narrow drill because you're going to miss a lot of the nuggets. But anyway, it will be followed also with bulk sampling, and so through a series of exploration efforts, we should know more in the not-too-distant future about, a little more at least, about the prospects of this, what could be a very, very major discovery. By the way, if you go to miningstocks.com, on the home page you will see a link to the presentation that I'm talking about at the Denver Gold Show. Go to miningstocks.com and click on that link. You'll find it right on the home page at miningstocks.com, and you can watch what people at the Denver Gold Show watched yesterday, Quentin Hennig's presentation as well as the live feed from Australia. Well, two other sponsors to this show are my second and third personal holdings, largest holdings. They are Klondike Gold and Auryn Resources. I have a very high expectation for both of those companies, and I think we should start to see some real results in the not-too-distant future. In fact, Klondike has made quite a move already this year. Auryn has been a bit softer, and I think that's really good news if you don't own the stock. It's actually something I think makes it tempting for me to add to my position. We'll be talking to Ivan Bebek in a little while, and he'll give us an update on the progress being made by Auryn on a couple of different projects that they're working on at the moment. A listener sent a question to me suggesting that maybe I'm too bullish on the price of gold. He quoted Martin Armstrong, Sunshine Profits, Jordan Roy Byrne, who I know very well, good friend of mine, speaks to the Metals Investor Forum. Others as well. I know somebody also sent me an email along suggesting that Louise Yamada believes that we're still in a bear market that started in 2011. Well, if that's true, then it certainly is a different view than I've had. The view that I've had has really come greatly from Michael Oliver. And Michael, the reason I like Michael so much is because he's just proven to be so reliable to me over the past 3 years or so that I've been working with Michael. He doesn't give us anything to be on the show. Let me make that clear. I have Michael in the show because I have confidence in his work. You know, I'm not a trader. I'm not interested in getting in the market in a short term for short-term trades. I'm really in it to buy. I want to know if we're in a bull market, then I want to buy stocks like Auryn Resources, Klondike, Novo, and other companies as well. But if we're in a bear market, then I want to take that into consideration and lighten up and raise some cash. Or if we're about to get into a bear market, well, it's certainly Michael's perspective is from momentum. And what I've seen from Michael's work, the momentum technique that he uses really gives us an early warning whether we should be in or out of a market. With regard to Michael's latest piece that was written on September 18th, as is usual, his work showed both a price chart for gold as well as a momentum chart. So he lays them above each other, one above the other. The momentum charts really shows why Michael is not having a nervy bust right now over recent gold price weakness. It is showing considerable strength on the momentum side. But if you were to look at the price chart only, then you could say, yeah, everybody can see that we are in, maybe a tenuous turn to the downside. But as the late Joe Granville said, if it's obvious to everyone, it's obviously wrong. Well, That I've found to be true with Michael Oliver. Oliver remains very bullish. He's not with us today. He has some personal issues to tend to that he was not able to be on our show today, but I'm sure we will be able to get him back sometime in the not too distant future. Hopefully next week. We'll see. The bottom line for me, my perspective, again, is if we're in a bear market, let me know so I can lighten up on my gold shares. If we're in a bull market, then I want to have a heavier position, obviously. And I would also just mention this, as John Kaiser's pointed out, we're in a position now where we're in an exploration phase where some things are going to do extremely well no matter what the gold price does, or even if we're not in a rip-roaring bull market. Take Novo Resources, for example. If they are, in fact, in the process of discovering the most significant gold deposit in many, many years, which some think is the case, and if the economics look extremely positive, it might not be a good idea to own Novo in any event, even in a bear market. Well, I just leave that as a thought to ponder.